we had just been a bar band in Texas, opening up for Suicidal Tendencies. During the Cowboys tour, we're playing from like 9 people in Rhode Island to 25 in Kansas City to, you know, for the Suicidal thing, of course, we're 1,500 seat or 2,000, wherever. But the word started catching on, and we would sit after the show and sign all 9 of those guys, or 25, or may it be 300 or 600 or the 1,000 that came by the next time, and sign their autograph. Didn't matter if we were sick, we would sit out there in the middle of the dead of winter and just sign, because we were fans of the same music, you know? Without the fans, this band wouldn't have gone anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It was just word of mouth. You know, most bands in there would jump on their bus with their new tennis shoes on and, you know, bye. You know, not us. We had been to Europe with Judas Priest on the first, you know, Rob had caught fire of what was going on with Cowboys. And then at the very end of that, we're in the middle of recording Vulgar. We get a call to go to Moscow. What? What's this? Mark Ross, we found out later, his dad was Steve Ross that bought Warner Brothers in '67. And so Mark said, look, I'm putting this, HBO's putting together this huge package, the Monster Rock tour. And so we checked Kerrang and, you know, checked out and saw the dates and everything else. And Metallica were out with the Black record. And we're making Vulgar. Like, we already have it done. Like, we're really close to just going to LA and mixing it. We used to mix everything in Larrabee in LA. So we get into Moscow. We fly in, long flight. We go over there and you see people like standing in line. I go, what are these people standing in line for? For bread. This was the end of the Soviet freaking Union. The coup had just happened. No more than 2 days before the plane hit the brakes. You know what I'm saying? We're staying right across from where they shot that cannon through at an American hotel. It was just built brand new. They took us to the site, and as watching this gigantic stage 3 times or 4 times the size of Woodstock. We have no idea how many people are going to show. It's a free concert. And they had just only announced maybe 10 days before. So we get there, and then we get to go and check Moscow. And it's such a beautiful place. The people were just so wonderful. The vibe there in, you know, Gorky Park was just love. You know, Dime could make little kids. They loved his little pink beard or whatever he was putting in at the time. And, you know, he would just make kids smile. I just remember that the most out of that. And so they said, you know, bring toilet paper and jeans, man. This is what you could barter with all this stuff. That's what they need. And we would just handed them out freely, you know. That's kind of a family word. So we get to the gig, man. I remember, and Lars and them had just got in, and we pull up in this little van, and he goes, have you seen the side of the crowd? I said, no, we've been here for like the last 3 days, kind of checking it out. And people, they started camping. And I'm thinking, well, maybe there's 80,000, 100. This is going to be big. He goes, go look at the deck, dude. I've never seen so many people in my entire life. I've been to big events. I'm from Texas, you know, Cotton Bowl, Stones, you know. This is insane. And I got to get up on stage and open this crowd up. You better dig in. We didn't even think about it. We were so nervous. A bar band out of Texas or whatever we had done, a couple 1,000 seaters, whatever the fuck. Playing in front of this crowd. First time in Europe. We got out there and gave them the best that we could possibly do. And I mean, when I say give it to them, man, I was on my last dying breath when that last note was played. We were jumping around. We had to do something, you know. But that is the quintessential Pantera right there, that show in itself. Caught on tape.